Like, you don't have to put on or try to be somebody else or whatever you think I may like or whatever somebody else may like. Just be your authentic self.
It's some worse. And I was like, let me hurry up and get out of this store. Oh, this bitch get arrested naked. I'm like, girl, it's not that serious. Like,
I added swimmer myself. You are? I'm sorry now.
You are?
Huh?
I thought you didn't know how to swim.
I said I'm not. I know how to swim for my own benefit.
Like I'm in quicksand and I'm like, Daddy, I love you, bro. I don't want to see this close. I don't want to go yet.
I think people try to kind of be what they think you need, and it's not really that, or try to operate in a space that and feel like they're being an ally, but they're not really being an ally. Because I tell people this all the time. It's like at work, especially when you're a new person at work.
I wish we could be a bit more unified in some of our approaches to how we try to address inequalities or negativity that's directed towards the community.
Welcome to another episode of the Odd Topic Podcast. I'm Mario. I have with me today Mr. Hayward.
What's up, everybody?
I got Mama Kim.
Good morning, you guys.
With that do-rag on, and excuse me.
I got something to do later.
Like ugly. God, ugly.
Oh, that's why you got choked.
We got Ronnie with us tonight.
Hey, yo. Sorry.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Ronnie, great.
Ronnie.
Mama E tonight, okay?
I know.
But I'm good.
Okay,
Was it a game or was it practice?
Scrimmage, basketball scrimmage.
Oh, okay, yeah. Did they win? I mean, I know it's scrimmage, but did they?
This is like just to see where everybody's skill was or something like that. So we haven't technically entered the season. So I got out of soccer and volleyball season thinking I was done. And then I had that other one. It was like, yeah, I want to play basketball. So here we are. Because fuck a break for me. What I need a break for? Just be tired. It's fine.
Ain't no breaks. Yeah. What you been up to, Hayward? Hayward had a birthday yesterday.
Thank y'all. Yeah, so that's what I've been up to. But I enjoyed it. It was a fun birthday, great birthday. We did like a game show battle room last night, which was a lot of fun. So it was inclusive of like Family Feud, Price is Right, and Wheel of Fortune type games. So we just battled against each other. So that was fun. It was fun. We got to do like a little Plinko from Price is Right. So that was cool.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it was. It was a lot of fun.
I thought my team was going to win, but
you thought wrong.
Well, it was your birthday, so we felt like
they apparently let me win. So
it was your birthday. What do you look like winning on your birthday?
Right.
Okay. Got it.
You know what kind of people we have been.
Wink, wink. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Okay. Ain't that it? What about you, Mama Kim?
Baby, I done went to this night shift, honey, and I exhausted. I prayed and asked for being on night shift, baby, but I'm exhausted. I said, oh, I slept all day today. That's why I got a do-rag on, because I've been sleeping all day. I answered the phone. Somebody said I sounded like a man. And I said, no, I do, and I'm tired.
You did. I was like, oh. I said, hey. Then she's like, hello. I said, who? Oh, okay.
Right.
And when she said somebody said, I just knew who that somebody was.
Exactly.
My soul just told me exactly who that somebody.
It was
always the culprit. Yeah.
Yes, baby. I said, oh, but me and my co-founder, honey, we did a thing this past weekend and it was amazing. I started crying. Not saying the first one wasn't good, but we did another little tasting for Oliver and Mamie's, and it was the best reviews ever. I felt very uplifted.
And congratulations, y'all. I haven't been on, so congratulations. I follow y'all's little page.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Even
never
though somebody was telling me, whispered in my ear, said I stayed a little later. I said because my son told me I needed to stay, and I got home late. I was like,
you didn't have to work until the
I
evening.
don't care. I'm a person of a certain age, honey. I
She
need
needed
8.
her rest. Like, let her get her rest.
Ain't that it? But I know all about that being a person of a certain age, so I'll cut you a little slack. But yeah, no, it went really well. Actually, I felt better about this one than I did the last one. It just had a different feel to it. So
Yes.
you know, we'll see what happens from here on out.
Mhm.
And then we went to you didn't make it, but we all went to see not Usher. What am I talking about? Jasmine Sullivan and Maxwell. I'm looking at Usher.
Okay.
Yeah, which is Jasmine Sullivan and Maxwell, which is I thought it was a good show.
It was a good show. I agree. We left before Maxwell went on, but it was still a good show.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I mean, no. I've seen Maxwell before, and I was just nothing against Maxwell, but I was like, I was good. Like,
yeah, I would agree. I mean,
No, didn't you have to work in the morning, Hayward?
I mean, yeah, but
that ain't the reason why he left.
That's not why I left.
I was trying to help you.
No, I mean, I stand on it. Like,
Yeah, he really didn't miss anything. Honestly, I was expecting a little bit more from Maxwell. I had seen him previously before, and this is probably when he was probably at his peak, or not his peak, at the height of his career. Well, I don't want to say that because it may sound like he's washed up now. But
I know what you mean, though. Like,
this is when he was hot, and he was the hot thing on the street. Yeah. And then now I was like, so I was expecting him, and then some of the stuff I saw online, I was like, oh, he really bringing it. And then he got there, and I was like, So midway through, we was like, all right,
I made the right decision. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. I don't ever think it got any better, but it wasn't bad. It just wasn't what I expected. That's what I'll say. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't what I expected. So if you're a real Maxwell fan, of course, you probably were pleased with it. But most people were there for Jasmine because I know everybody we were sitting around was there for Jasmine because, as a matter of fact, a lot of them left after she got up to stage. They was like, all right, man, see y'all later. So
yeah,
Jasmine does no wrong. So
she was amazing.
No.
She was under the weather, so you can't even count that. Like,
come on, Hayward.
I was about to say, like,
you know, Mario's gonna count it every time. So
no one. So you don't get sick like as a singer.
No, I get sick, but however, I'm saying like the disappointment of that one was because it was a rescheduled performance, and then that was I was like, girl, but I get it.
You just Mr. Perfect.
Especially when my coin is involved, I am. Yes, I am. Listen, I'm just here to tell you.
I know. 12 concerts later. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Look at him. I think his camera got froze. I was about to tell you.
Listen, don't get a year older and then be trying to be shady.
I'm just picking up where Mr. Petty left off last
night. Right. Look, baby, look, that's what I wore. Pray for me. I'm still petty, honey.
You need to. I hope you got your co-founder one too.
I got this as a gift. I'm gonna have to ask Reggie to get him one, honey.
I don't need that. I'm not petty. Thanks. Well, I'm glad everybody's doing well. Glad to see you with us tonight, Ronnie.
I know.
I missed y'all.
I haven't seen you in forever.
Yeah. So we got a lot of things to discuss tonight, so we're gonna jump right on into it. Y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
Do it.
All right.
What I wish I had known in my 40s. Well, that's half my lifetime ago. But I didn't get into television until 47. I didn't have my light bulb moment until 59 and a half. I didn't write my first book until I was 65. I just finished my third book at 79. I think if I had to tell my younger self something, it would be number one, don't try and calendar your life. Don't try and set artificial alarm clocks like, oh, if I haven't done it by 40, my life is a complete disaster. I would tell myself to calm down, stop worrying, and I think the biggest message in my 40s would be success can come at any age. So just keep doing what you're doing as long as you love it, which I did. I loved every minute of being a fashion designer and, quite frankly, being a tele-retail star.
She was beautiful.
I was about to say, sis is fabulous. You hear me?
80.
I was taken aback. It's just
Me too.
Yes. I was like, okay, fabulous.
Big hair. Don't care.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole.
Yes.
Who was she though?
Oh, I don't know. I thought.
I don't know who she is, but she said retail store, so I need to look at. I need to look at
fashion designer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know.
I'm gonna take that advice. So I still got time, is what I got from that. Basically.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, that's the biggest takeaway. That's definitely the biggest takeaway, especially for those of us who live our life by
a schedule.
Yeah, that's the biggest takeaway.
Yeah.
47, and she got, basically got her start at 47. So, so life ain't over. Life is, life is just beginning.
Man, 79, she was gorgeous.
Yeah, that's what good money will do for you.
Yeah, no, I think she was speaking a lot of wisdom. Like I like you said, everyone.
And I ain't been on this call but 6 minutes, and I'm tired of them.
You
right.
Between him earlier and him now, I am sick. That's why they best friends. I'm sick of.
Just exhausted.
Right.
What were you saying, Hayward?
No, I'm just saying. I heard just speaking the wisdom of not being afraid to start at a later age, and I think that speaks to like what y'all were talking about a little bit earlier. Kicking your business off and like doing the podcast, all of this stuff. So not being afraid to do things at past whatever time you felt like was the right time or should have been the right time. It's important to just keep pushing. So, and that's very important.
It is because sometimes you feel like it's over. We become a person of a certain age. You feel like, hey,
oh, known for her jeans. Okay.
Who?
Oh, like was it like Jordan Lee?
Oh,
Shopping Network.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, so I told you that's what money do for you because she didn't look like she was in her 80s. That's
She sure
definitely
didn't.
Yeah.
Well, she's not. She's 79.
80. Because she said half her 40.
She said half. Yeah, she said half of 40.
She did.
What you doing to your face?
Well, same thing she did.
Cutting up. That's what it used to
Right.
Listen, I applaud it. But
you're gonna go under the knife? Like, do you think you would go under the knife? Like,
would I?
Would you? Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I
wouldn't either.
I think.
You would.
I think I would. Not, yeah.
Just a little nip tuck, nothing major.
Depends to find major.
A full facelift.
A full. I'm not gonna need that. God willing, I won't need that.
I'm sick of y'all cutting up tonight. Y'all cutting up.
I'm not gonna need that. A little filler here or there, possibly when I'm 60, 70. But yeah, I think I've been blessed with some pretty good genes. So as of yet, I haven't. Yeah, but if I needed to, I guess maybe I don't know. I'm not gonna say I wouldn't.
No, that's fair. I just thought I'd throw it out there.
I know you would, but yeah.
I wouldn't.
He being petty, baby. Yeah,
I wouldn't mess with this.
Mm-hmm.
But I would probably go in and say either Ashley Graham or, if I want to be real drastic, Tiana Taylor me around here is probably what I would go in and say. I can't.
Okay.
Yeah. But nonetheless, I think it was a good message, and I think that's a message that resonates for a lot of us. That, especially some of us, I think we're all in our people of a certain age, and so letting us know that we, whatever the dreams that we do have, there's still time to make them happen, make them come true, and we just have to put in the work to do so. So that's the takeaway from that for me. So I think that was good advice.
Yeah,
absolutely.
All right, let's get into this next one.
If you were to ask Vice President Harris a question, what would it be?
I think I would ask her, how soon do you think we can get the Equality Act passed?
How about Donald Trump?
I would ask him, Do you see me as a human?
Oh. I'm sorry.
That's kind of
That
heavy.
It's very heavy.
Yes.
That old girl stopped and she's a whole journalist. She couldn't even come back to that.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you see me as human? Damn. And she a young lady. Like, it wasn't like she was older. Like, oh, that was a lot.
Yeah, that's. I don't really know what to say about that one because it's.
I mean, I think that probably echoes the sentiment of a lot of people, though. Potentially, like they probably wonder how he truly feels about like marginalized communities. So, I mean, I think that's a fair question, and something that I'm sure, like I said, other people that resonates with a lot of other people. So, I think it's important to throw that out there and for people to hear that, because I think a lot of the rhetoric is always thrown out there, especially like on the Republican side as it relates to transgender, gay rights, and all of the above, just where I think it's dehumanized and almost criminalized in some ways, like the way that like wedding rights or marriage rights, are potentially on the table to be thrown away. So it's kind of like we're erasing all of the people who really like yearn for this. So I think it's important to just kind of throw that out there.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I think that excuse me, I don't think I ever thought in my lifetime that I would see some of these freedoms that I would say, kind of be honest, kind of taken for granted on my lifetime. See them or see an opportunity for them to be taken away. I never foresaw that to take place. So it's really unfortunate. It's really eye-opening, honestly. And then, I don't necessarily know if that was a she, could have been a they and them, honestly. But that hits home because, like, do you see me as a human? Because you making all these, to your point, having all this rhetoric and making all these promises, but it really, or promises or whatever you want to call it, threats in some cases to the American people, and it is leaving some people out, really leaving a lot of people out, honestly. And so like made the comment about the Equality Act, that's important. And what bothers me, even to kind of go a little deeper in that, what bothers me is that some that are voting Republican, which I don't see anything wrong with that, but in this election, I see something wrong with it because of everything that's on the line. And then especially for the non-Black LGBTQIA plus IA community, to not even pay attention to that. Do you know what I'm saying? And vote for other reasons, and do not realize and listen, the root of who you are, the person that you are, is on the line. Yeah. Yet you are acting as if it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about that fear mongering, like just making it seem like things that people don't know about or are not familiar with, just making them afraid of it. Like, that doesn't help anybody. It's like we all have to be here and like live together. So it's like, why would you try to alienate a specific group, even down to immigrants and so on and so forth? It's just like, it's really disgusting, because it's like, how do you really look at another human being and decide that they don't matter?
It's just, I guess, and not to go too deep into it, but I guess I remember a time when, I mean, you always have your Democrats and Republicans, but Republicans weren't so nasty. You know what I mean? You had your opinion. You were a Christian, which I don't understand why most of them feel like if you're a Democrat that you're not a Christian. I don't know where that comes from. But you can have your opinions and not agree with someone and not force your beliefs on them. Or, okay, if you're living this way and I don't like it, or I don't agree with it, that's how you live your life. That's fine. We can coexist. We can be friends. We can be cool, whatever. But now I don't agree with that. And we need to change all the laws so that everybody lives one way. Like I know when it came, I'm not going to say when did that start, but it's like, why did we get here? Why did that become okay? So it's like, I know people that are obviously Republicans, but I know I have a problem with Republicans that 100% support him, because I know a lot. I'm a Republican, but I don't support him because that's not who we are. I don't know. It makes me sad. It makes me sad. And we would know about, well, when I say we, African Americans, because when they wrote everything about us, we weren't human. They wrote it out like we were some percentage of human. So
I can't remember the percentage. Was it 3/8?
I want to say like 3. Yeah, that sounds about right. I know it wasn't over 4 for sure. So that sounds about right. And it's just sad. It's sad.
It is.
I think what makes me think of it too is like, I know the slogan for the Trump administration is, make America great again. What makes America not great now?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what makes it not great now? And what are you planning? What is your idea of making America great again?
Erasing true history.
Yeah.
Making things look better than what they better, but just erasing all of it. Because when he said on that what's the name and just stated, what if they want to, what was it? Because I sent it to Mario. I sent Mario. I know he gets tired of me, but I sent him.
I enjoy that stuff. Yeah.
But it was one where he was on Fox News in the morning, and they said, well, what if they want to? Because he wants to get rid of the Department of Education. Yeah. And someone said, well, what would you do in these districts where they want to teach new history? He said new history, talking about slaves building America. First off, that's not new history. There's nothing new about that. And when his response was, I wouldn't send them any funding for telling the truth.
Right.
I don't like. I can't wrap my head around some of this stuff. Like it's history. History's ugly, but it's the truth. So we're gonna take it out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna give funding to kids in schools and teachers because you don't agree with that.
Like to literally remove the entire period of what actually happened.
Education, because that's what it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's just human nature, honestly. Just when you think about accountability and such, people want to take away what things they don't want to be held accountable for. So it's easy to just discard it, act like it never happened, so that you don't have to be held accountable for it. So that's the unfortunate part about it. But that's the world that we live in with these lovely people. So we'll see.
And one more thing, and I get sick of them trying to hide behind my Lord with all this stuff, because stop doing that. Because if we're gonna Bible thump and everything, let's just go ahead and say that God said he doesn't want you to make anybody come to him. He wants us to come to him on his own. So this forcing stuff is already not of him. So if that's what we're gonna say, let's just call a spade. But it's just ugly. It's ugly out here.
I feel it. Mm-hmm. Let's keep hope alive, guys. Let's keep hope alive. All right, let's see what's going on down here in Texas.
This is that man's shirts. I have a killer's shirt. I see him all the time.
Darcy White says he never had a good feeling about his Louisville neighbor, 51-year-old Travis Merrill.
I kind of felt something strange about him.
White says on Sunday, a relative of Merrill's was moving and giving away belongings from Merrill's apartment.
He gave me these shirts. He said son had to go out of town.
It was not until Fox 4 told White on Monday, however, the reason Merrill is no longer his neighbor is because Merrill is charged with murder. According to an arrest warrant, Merrill walked into Allegiance Trucking in Louisville on October 17th, where he worked, and shot and killed Tamara Collazo, a female coworker. The affidavit says Merrill admitted to police he was obsessed with Collazo and began getting ever increasingly angry by her taking what he considered to be unauthorized long breaks during work hours, as well as not paying any attention to him. The woman reported his behavior to administration. Merrill had to speak with a counselor until he was approved to come back to work. He told police that once he returned, everyone must think he's a psychopath, and that Collazo was intentionally avoiding him. Police say that fueled his anger and led to him buying guns and making a detailed plan to kill Collazo. Police say he brought 2 revolvers and shot Collazo 5 times. while she was at her cubicle. 24 co-workers witnessed the shooting. Merrill gave himself up once police arrived.
It's pretty sad.
Adriana Solis and her 13-year-old son lived next door to Merrill. Solis says he would ask her personal questions, leading her to be cautious of him.
I was thinking maybe that guy have some problem mentally. We never know what is inside of each house.
Merrill is in Denton County Jail, bond set at $10 million.
Maybe that's why I don't be playing with these people at work. Because
they're crazy.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine?
But that takes I cannot not imagine that. And then for the people to witness that who were there, like
oh, that's crazy.
I have so many. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that was intentional because I didn't pay attention to you, so you're gonna kill me.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. But then you had to go see someone, and when you returned to work, she was avoiding you because she's the one that went and told someone on you because she was probably scared. She's avoiding you,
right?
To stay away from you and to keep maybe even help keep you out of trouble,
right?
Like, what made you think that she was going to pay you some attention? And then you kill her?
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Jesus.
Craziness. That's craziness.
It is.
And then, like, what was that? Whoever that's counselor that he went to go see,
right?
Obviously, he wasn't fit to go back to work.
Exactly. Exactly. Like, where are your notes at? What were you writing up on him? Like,
maybe if I was her family, I would be owning part of that business.
Oh, yeah.
You set me up for failure. You set me up to get killed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would I even let him back at the job? Y'all knew something was wrong with him. You let him come back. So he was able to plot and plot and plot and plot. And then this lady lost her whole life. Because she was holding up y'all policies. Y'all can keep her safe. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
And why are you watching my breaks?
You took the words out of my mouth. That goes back to those people that get on your nerves at work.
Yeah,
always worried about.
Please do not watch me. Please don't. Stay in it.
Yeah.
Stay in it. As long as the work's done and it's correct, hey.
That is true. That is true. There's always someone. There's always that one.
It's always
so-and-so is on, I was in some of their back pocket for when you try to go to them and be like, hey, you was on break. So-and-so be taking, so he probably would build his face. Lord. And then to think about it, like the lady said next door, she lived like next door to him, don't know what's going on behind that door. She did good though, not really engaging with him. I hope she had her little piece of gun or something like that. Huh?
She said, I stayed away, baby. I ain't borrowing no sugar. I didn't go knock on the door.
Right.
You can't. You cannot. People are. Yeah.
People are crazy out here.
I think
I remember when we lived in Indy, and we had this. It was like this horrible stench in the house. Horrible. Like we had this neighbor. He was creepy. Like you see him with the dog periodically, but then he was on one of those people that would just show up. You'd be outside, he just show up. Like, where you came from? That type of thing. So we had this stench like underneath the house, or just coming out of the house, and it was like, what is this? Is it trash? What is going on? It just resonated throughout the whole house. And so we thought maybe something was in the attic. So our friend David came over. He looked up in the attic, wasn't nothing up in there. I think he had the idea to go check underneath the crawl space. It was a dead cat. How the hell did the dead cat get underneath there? Because there's a cover for it. So like how did it to this day we think that damn man put that damn cat underneath there, just because he was
just like that. Just to mess with y'all, or like
he was creepy, he just was creepy like that. You just don't know why this man go here and kill this lady. You just don't know why people do stuff like that. I was like, I'm trying to tell you, it was freak me the fuck out because he would pop up at the wrong time. Like where you at?
You were watching too much ID channel.
No, I watch it for a reason now because I stay on my P's and Q's. Listen, and I know I don't have no guard dogs, so
No, you don't. You do not.
he had a vicious animal. These little cute little puppies we got. Listen, they ain't holding heat to nothing. So I was like, nah, I gotta be ready for him. But I just bring you back to like people be doing crazy shit, are crazy, do crazy stuff. You just never know who you living next to.
Right.
And it's eye opening.
Not necessarily even living next to, but who you work with.
That's true too.
That's what, baby. I'm gonna tell the people, y'all want to put on your ear protection. Have a good day. They be looking at me like, "What you say?" I'm like, "Bro,
because you never know. You're the one trying to enforce the rules, doing what you're supposed to do, enforce the rules. And if they don't want to hear that, next thing you know, they be coming there going crazy. It was this man there at work probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And then HR called me, and I was like, "Lady, I'm trying to go outside. I got my shit to do. I'm trying to get outside." And she's like, "Hey, he going off." I said, "His boss is right here watching this man going off because they didn't took too much money out of his check. That ain't got nothing to do with me. He don't work for us. He work for them." So, and then his boss is watching this all take place. No, don't try to put me in a line of fire because if this man go crazy or whatever like that, I don't want no problems. Yeah. So I'm gonna go keep on doing what I'm gonna do, and then. So I told his boss, I said, "Hey, you see this man going crazy? Get with him."
That's right.
That's crazy.
It is.
Craziness.
When you said the stench, though, that instantly made me think of, I don't know if y'all watched it, Monsters with Jeffrey Dahmer, how they kept saying his.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That just made me think of that. Like, because I didn't think it was because of that. I watched too much too, Hayward, so don't talk about it. Yeah, when you said that, I was like, when you was like, it went under the crowd space, I would expect you to say cat, see, because I watched too much shit.
I would have. So we'd have moved if it was a dead body. We would have moved immediately. We'd out of there immediately.
Right.
Lord Jesus. And the cat might have been working. He might have been working using the cat as the gateway to doing more. So we got out of there.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what Kamala has to say about the transgender community.
Let me ask you this question, very broadly speaking here.
Sure.
Do you believe that transgender Americans should have access to gender-affirming care in this country?
I believe we should follow the law. I mean, I think you're probably pointing to the fact that Donald Trump's campaign has spent tens of millions of dollars.
They're trying to define you on this.
Yes,
I'm asking you to define yourself, though. Just broadly speaking, what is your value? Do you believe they should have that access?
I believe that people, as the law states, even on this issue about federal law, that is a decision that doctors will make in terms of what is medically necessary. I'm not going to put myself in the position of a doctor.
Before we get into like the content of what she was saying, my hat's been going off to Kamala here as of lately because she's been holding her ground, and these people have been trying to back her up into a corner and get her to whether it's what would you do differently from Joe Biden? What is your take on the border? She's been holding her ground. That Brett was it Brett Baer interview? My hat's off to her because she held her own. She could have got real nasty and everything like that, but I feel like she's very professional, but still held her ground and let it be known. And so I don't feel like when they interview other people, they're as aggressive in their questioning and giving as much pushback. But for her, they're coming for her, and I think she's handling herself well.
And that Brett one, she went to Fox. She came to Yao.
Yeah,
it was like, okay, here I am. What we doing?
Yeah. So my hat's off to her. As it relates to this, I don't want to be insensitive, but I do want to say that I feel like we have bigger fish to fry. That in the grand scheme of things is not a major thing. If that's what she stands on, if she wants, then let her do that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because those individuals are represented in the American people anyway. So then if she's to say something against that, then y'all be saying, oh, she's not for the people. So, but at the end of the day, we got some it's almost like the whole bathroom issue or something like that. Is that really important? Let people use the bathroom where they want to. You know what I'm saying? In the grand scheme of things, of some of the issues that we have going on presently, what are y'all throwing this stuff out at her just to paint a picture of her, or just to, as Donald Trump would say, weave a little bit? Let her address the real issues and the real policies that people have been wanting to hear from her. Not to say this is not a real issue or real policy. I don't want that to be misconstrued. But what I am saying is that is not at the top of everyone's list. But you are asking these questions as if it is.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's fair. I think they are using it as a point to kind of paint a picture of her, to say that she's this extremely liberal person and she'll go like anything goes basically or whatever. But I appreciated the way she responded in that manner, because it's like, I'm not qualified to make that determination. I can't say that, like, that just doesn't make sense. But I think, either way, I feel like they'll spin her words to make it look like, she's indecisive. She can never give you a straight answer and all of these other things, so yeah.
Yes, I mean, let the lady, but she's been holding her own. She's been holding her own, not letting them. And if anything, that shows strength.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That she's holding her own and able to say, "Listen, I'm not gonna sway whatever I feel." I know people have been criticizing, saying, "Oh, she's too scripted and all that kind of stuff." But as she said, she's disciplined. Yeah. Right. Now I will kind of go with the whole too scripted type situation, because sometimes I want to see you kind of go off the cuff. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Right. Don't cuss nobody out, but just go off the cuff a little bit, because I can recite that whole thing. I grew up middle class, and about her and her mom, they
her living over the lady with the grocery store.
Small business. Come on now, give us a different angle about it. I get it. We know
we can watch Maya Rudolph say that on.
And she did an amazing job. When I tell you, she had that down pat. Man, but so I think sometimes she can stand to go off the cuff. But I also feel like sometimes, just my feeling is that she is willing to go off the cuff when she's more comfortable. Mm-hmm. Like I felt when I watched her with Charlamagne the God, I felt like she was more comfortable. So some of her answers were, she did get some of that scripted stuff, but some of the other answers were a little more off the cuff. Like when she was with Oprah, she felt a little more comfortable, because she was like, if somebody come in my house, they get shot.
Yeah. But isn't that true of everybody though? I feel like we're all like, the more comfortable you are, you're gonna ease up and you'll be a little bit more lax. If you're in a tense situation or like a space that you're not familiar with, you're not gonna go. You're gonna stick to your points, and like it's not gonna be there. There aren't gonna be as many instances of like playful banter.
And that I would agree with that. I just think that, especially when I come in a comparison to her running opponent, it would be like I would say playful all the time, if you ask me. But I feel like I feel like she, she's business, but to your point, she has the ability to let her hair down a little bit, but still stay in a business mind. Yeah. Depending on how she's comfortable with the people that are asking questions, like, so.
Her interview with she was comfortable with them too. She let her hair down just a little bit with them. The basketball players up in all small.
Oh yeah.
She was real good with I can't think of his name. I know Steven Jackson and Barnes. Matt
Barnes.
That one was a good one too. Yeah.
So she's been out there working the circuit more than what her opponent has been doing. And I think I heard that he held a rally in was it Coachella, and then bust all these people in, and then how people been saying how they leave the rallies early, and so they couldn't leave early because they bust you in. So you're gonna force to stay for the whole thing now. It's a good tactic, but golly, is that what we doing to people now?
No, it's kidnapping.
It's absolutely kidnapping.
Right.
Absolutely.
Listen, while we're on the subject of her opponent, let's see what he has to say.
On day one, I will sign an executive order banning schools from promoting critical race theory or transgender insanity. I will take historic action to defeat the toxic poison of gender ideology and reaffirm that God created two genders, male and female. I will keep men out of women's sports. I will sign a law banning child sexual mutilation in all 50 states. Won't happen anymore. And we will proudly say Merry Christmas again.
I'm so sick of him. There's so many.
Critical. Can we just say to all listeners, critical race theory is something that's taught in college.
Yeah. Nice.
So I need everybody to know that they are not teaching this to elementary, middle school, and high school kids. That's college. They're adults.
That's true.
My God.
That's true. That is true. But people there, they
turn it on.
Do we know where this that rally was or where he was on that clip? I'm just curious because I saw the background. It was something, I think it said like believers or something like that. But then I don't know if you saw the text faith to number at the bottom or whatever. But it's just like, you are not godly at all, like in no shape or form. So it's like to try to use that stance and act like you're just so holy and you believe in God and all this other stuff is so.
And didn't it not too long ago one of those things? I think Mario, I think you sent it to me where he said, "I'm not a Christian, but I like the Christians and I want you to get out."
Oh yeah, yep, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like let's just make it. I get so worked up. Let's just make it make sense, please.
Yeah.
Talking out whatever. What do you say? The underage or sexual something.
Yeah, sexual mutilation.
Some of your buddies, because they like marrying little young girls and stuff like that. You got your people in Utah on Congress and stuff basically stating that, well, I can't think of their names, but I literally seen it and I wanted to vomit. One in Utah and one in it was Utah and Idaho, I think. And their thing was, well, it's not child abuse or child sexual something if you're underage and your parents say that you can marry. And it's like, but if it's a 13-year-old, but if their parents say that they can get married at 13, then that's not. Yes, it is.
That's so weird.
Yeah. It's foul how we look at it. And here's the thing that I wish he had, and he very well may, we just don't know about it, but I wish he had a transgender in his family.
Yeah. Yes.
I wish, because a lot of times things like this don't resonate with people until it hits home for you. I don't
think that would matter with him. I honestly don't.
You could be right, but also what bothers me about this is everybody, kind of like with the church thing that we talked about a couple weeks ago. It's like everybody sitting in the audiences and in the congregations, and they hey, this and the third. But I refuse to believe that somebody and a lot more people in that congregation or that audience is not affected by transgender or so those black people are sitting in there. I don't know what they's going on in their mind, but affected by the critical race theory, all this type of stuff. But people seem to forsake some of those thoughts when I guess just to go against the grain. And to your point about the religion aspect of it, is that people have always wanted to have their own interpretation of the Bible and of religion and stuff like that. And all this is just another version of that. Interpret it how you may want to do it. Because think about it, the back in the day, slave owners and all that kind of stuff, they would, go to some form of a church or this and the third, and in their mind, they made it make sense for them when in reality it's not right. You know what I'm saying? So it's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is.
It's definitely unfortunate. But to say this is what you're gonna do day one, and shame on all these black people that are too stupid.
That's right.
I think that's what aggravates me the most is like you dummies, don't realize. I think I said this week before last about the man in the neighborhood. Now I get it. You have a white wife, okay, yet you're still a nigga, at the end of the day. And so some of the stuff that they're gonna do if he would happen to get in office would affect you. You know what I'm saying? And so you lose sight of that, and And y'all's union, as strong as y'all may think it is, that's kind of shit that's could break a union. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's
that and what is it? And let's go further than that too. Yes, some of them are married, you know, outside your race. That would cut your wife and stuff off. But let's talk about Trump and JD. Both of y'all's wives are immigrants. So what are we
doing? What are
we talking about? What's happening here? What's going on?
Well, they're the legal immigrants. They're, you know, they did everything the right way.
Right.
But still, nonetheless, at the end of the day, if you got your grandmother or your sisters or your brother or your cousins or somebody that ain't yet, are y'all gonna make exceptions because, oh, well, this is my way? Well, that ain't fair to other people. If you say no, we say no across the board. If we say no to abortion, we saying no across the board to abortion. So if y'all out here cheating on y'all wife's congressmen and stuff like that, don't go take her nowhere to get her. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest. I'm gonna throw that out there.
Yeah.
If they get pregnant, don't take them to get an abortion because you said no.
That's right.
You said no.
You're right.
Fair across the board.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's true.
My God, today, my Lord. Well, you know, there's you know, switching gears a little bit. You know, there's a couple 2 stores I really like. I really love the Gap, and I love me some Abercrombie and Fitch. And
baby, no, you don't like the Abercrombie, baby. What he was out there doing.
Well, he was the former CEO, so that's why I was trying to but
let's talk about it. Let's watch this and talk about it.
While Jeffries was the CEO of one of the most recognizable clothing retailers in the world, he was using his power, his wealth, and his influence to traffic men for his own sexual pleasure and that of his romantic partner, Matthew Smith. Smith and Jeffries employed a secret staff to operate these sex events. The staff ensured that the men signed non-disclosure agreements and handed over their personal items, such as their phones, before the start of the events to maintain the secrecy of these events. The defendants caused the men to believe that not complying with requests for certain acts, sex acts, during the events could harm their careers. The defendants pressured the men to consume alcohol, Viagra, and muscle relaxants known as poppers during the sex events. And they required the presence of staff during the sexual activity and ensured that the men did not leave the sex events until Jeffries and Smith decided that the sessions were over.
Why is this a thing? Why is this a thing?
This is what people do with money.
But I don't understand that. Like I was having a conversation, and I'm like, at no point do I think I'll ever feel like I was big enough to like evade the law, like to do stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like it just.
Well, here's my thing, and I'm just gonna say this and put that out there. I'm saying and take it back. Listen, I don't know why they doing this to these people. You know, forcing these people to do this stuff. I mean, because there was a time some of this shit I would have did willingly.
I was gonna say there are people who
listen. I'm pissed that in my prime, you know, I wasn't invited to none of them Diddy parties. Pissed. You know what I'm saying?
It's time for you to.
I'll say, listen. Do you understand? Listen, what the money? The
money. Yes.
I would be able to get right now, but a little. Listen, it was a.
So you're saying, but you wouldn't have had the foresight then to do it for that reason.
You know who my best friend is? She would, if I didn't have it, I didn't have it. She would have had it. And she would have been like, "Listen, Mario, think about this." And I'd have been like, "You right." But here's the thing: is I used to when I worked at the K. Roger, we had a division president, and when I tell you, I was waiting. I even asked my my now husband, then was my boyfriend. I was like, "Listen, if he called me into the back room, you okay with me? Because it's gonna be for us."
Mr. Producer, can you corroborate this story?
He might be working out. However, I'm trying to tell you, ask him offline. See, I was like, listen, that man, if he called me in the back room or into the office or in the car,
But that was just for, it wasn't for, you said it's for both of you. How so?
The money. He would have brought the money home.
You saying you would have gotten money from him, or like
money in my car?
Oh, no, I wasn't doing it because he was a nice looking man. Don't get me wrong, he was a nice looking man, but listen, it was a benefit. It was a benefit from it.
If he would have asked him to go back in that back room for a couple of stacks, he would have said, "Let's go."
Couple stacks.
I guess. Okay, so here's my thing.
He's worth more than that.
Thank you. And I was, keep in mind, I was in my prime then. I wasn't a man of a certain age as I am now. I was in my prime then, so my stock had went up.
What you say? Add some more zeros to it.
Thank you.
Add a couple more zeros to it.
Thank
so
you.
when you said they were afraid to mess up their career,
right?
What perfume?
Right.
Like, what are we walking away from? I guess
maybe they were
executives
in the front of the door.
Yeah,
like,
no, I don't think they were executives.
Okay, because I'm
you think there was just the folders?
I thought they was. Right? That's what I thought it was. Then there was the tight shirts on, spraying with everything you come in the door. That's why I was like,
they don't do that anymore.
What they do, Ronnie?
Right.
They lure you in.
Yeah,
That's what they do. They lure you in.
And you walk out with a headache because what did you spray on me? They got like 80 different scents. Damn. I just wanted a shirt, little hoodie. Yeah.
But yeah, I was thinking there might have been some people with some actual position or some status in the company. I didn't realize they weren't very smart.
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah,
they weren't very smart then.
Maybe they were like regional manager types. Like, maybe they were a little.
Oh. Let me tell you something. If I sit down and somebody tell me to sign an NDA, no, listen, I already got caught out. At this point in life, just tell me, and I'll let you know if I want to sign it or not. Because let's not. Also, Mr. Producer, the lawyer, homie, can you send me his name through here? Because I probably want to follow him. Because I want to follow him. I need to see something.
When I see him, I'm like,
yeah, that's Poppy. Yeah, okay, yeah. Put his name. I can follow him.
Lord Jesus. Well, yeah, it's unfortunate. I joke, I kid. But I do feel bad for those people that don't really they feel like they're cornered into doing these type of things, this and the third. But honestly, I would like to hear from them in some way, shape, or form to see like what was it? Like what was it? What did they have on you that you, and then to their point, it could have been a situation where I'm going to an outing, like to say, hey, Hayward, we invite you to a party, you get there and it's like we may be doing some drugs or something there. So let's sign this NDA just so you don't talk about what you might not have the impression. You might not know that we got to do a full out fuck fest. You know what I'm saying? What?
But okay, so the majority of people, or if they were concerned about it, like in that moment when you saw that the cocaine and then the heroin was being done in the party, you still gonna stick around? Like, I'm not gonna do it, but I'm still gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I'm not.
Oh, I'm not judgmental like that. Listen,
no. I'm not judging you for doing it, but I don't want to get caught up in anything that may potentially happen. You know what I'm saying?
That wouldn't bother me. Yeah, that wouldn't bother me. That's not a red flag for me. Oh, okay, yeah, y'all doing a little coke. Okay, y'all doing a little hair. Okay,
this is a common practice. Oh God.
In my prime.
In your prime.
This is a common practice, my God. But then he said that once you sign, like you can't leave until the party's over, until they say it's over. So once you sign it and go, it's like, so now I'm just sitting here just looking at my nose running.
But they may not, that's what I'm saying. They may not have known.
Nose running.
All this cologne smelling, tight shirts. I just gotta sit here and look at every damn body. Okay, whatever. Yeah.
I want to see some of the victims come out and just tell their stories. I'll be curious to see, like, well, how did they, like, I can understand how Diddy lured the people in there. I get that. I get it how R. Kelly lured the people in there. But some of these others, I want to know how, like, to your point, if you just a perfume sprayer, what the fuck you making a big deal about? Come on now. You could have walked out there and left Abercrombie, went over to the Gap or to the Finish Line or something like that, or to the Macy's.
Macy's, you like to spray and go to Macy's.
Yeah, this ain't your end all and be all. You got a bright future.
It might be now.
Yeah, but We'll see.
It might have been there and all, be all, but
I hope not, and I hope they will.
Right.
I hope they will.
So let's see. Don Lim was out here campaigning, talking to some of these people about their voting. Let's take a look.
Are you a first-time voter?
Yes, sir.
Are you a first-time voter?
Yes.
So, are you excited about voting?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't know who to choose.
Really? You don't know?
It's like I'm in the middle.
Yeah?
Like, yeah.
It's look, I got to be honest. You're on an HBCU campus. There's a black woman, and you don't know who. You know, people are going to say, like, what?
I like her, but not just because she's black. Like, she has, like, a good head on her shoulders. I like what she's saying and what she's doing. But at the same time, I'm a little iffy about it. Like, I don't know.
Because, tell me what.
I don't know. That's the thing, I don't know. Like, maybe because I'm a first-time voter, like, I don't really know politics and stuff.
And you?
Yeah, I'm like excited to vote because like it's a female candidate, and I think she has good policies and set housing policies for like kids, children.
For childcare.
Childcare, yeah. She was saying something with childcare, and I just know that would be prominent with the black community, as we do have like issues getting like homes, like getting basic needs for our kids. Formulas is expensive, like all that.
Is that? Do you think that's odd that our people aren't decided?
I just feel like people are not educating themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We saying, Ronnie?
I'm glad I'm glad she said that at the end, because
Yes. But the first little girl, where's your mama and your daddy at? What are you confused for?
Yeah.
What is your confusion?
And I was like, where are you stuck in the middle, like between who and who? Like, because that was more so my concern, but
yeah, it's a lot of people out here like that with that type of thought thinking. You know,
I think it's a combination. Don't you think it's a combination of them not being educated though too? Like I feel like you see the first young lady was just kind of like, oh, I don't really know why, why I don't know, but it's like.
Yeah, but
what are you doing?
It's just a feeling, girl. I don't know politics. Look it up.
Yeah,
like look at
you in school, you in college.
You're literally.
I had them look it up. Like when they get to asking me a question about what's going on or what did he say or what did she say, y'all look it up. Look that up. Look up policies. What do you align with? What do you believe in? And that's at 14 and 16. I have my kids do that because I want them. Literally, what did Whitney and what's my other Randy Watson say? The children are our future. So I need y'all to do your homework and look at that. Don't just because I like somebody or I don't like somebody, y'all might feel different from me. And now depending on how different, I might have to step in and say, we go. Let me swoop you this way. But I want y'all to do y'all's own research. So. Yeah, it's just that's sad. And you with an HBCU and you in college and you say you don't know politics, man. What's happening here?
We all know sometime in college the last thing you're trying to do is research.
I was gonna say when I was in college, I didn't. I can be honest and say that.
You don't go to college to research. I mean, she's a freshman. So freshman year, you ain't books is the last thing on your mind until you get them grades and you're like, oh, I should have studied.
See, I come from a family full of educators. My grandmother was a math and a history teacher, and then her. So I have a lot there that I didn't. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And I'm a nerd with some stuff, and I want to know some stuff. When people try to tell me about my history, and I want to be like, that's not what happened. I like to do that.
Well, hopefully she will see this on the TikTok and realize that. Listen, I need to tighten up a little bit and sound like I know what I'm talking about because I look like,
like that.
Because if I was her mama and I saw it, I would hurry up and be.
Oh Lord!
You find him and you ask him to ask you that question again. We want to redo. Let's find one.
Redo. That's right.
That's not working.
That's very true. That's very true.
Funny.
Lord, my nose. When you talk about that party with doing the cocaine and stuff.
Right. I was wondering, do we need to call rehab for your head?
I don't know.
I had a post-nasal drip. I feel like it's a little sinus, a little allergy.
Going on.
I was
sinus.
Listen, I don't know what's going on. I said, talked about that. My nose started running. I said, Lord Jesus, this don't look cute.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's get to the next story.
The family of Sergeant Monica Mosley left from her house this morning, but throughout the day, longtime friends and neighbors stood outside her Bridgeton, New Jersey home, watching investigators clear out the scene. Mosley, a detective with Cumberland County Prosecutor's Office for about 18 years, she was killed in her home last night.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
The Bridgeton Police Department says around 10:30, several people kicked down the front door of Mosley's house here on the 600 block of Buckshootum Road. Officers found her injured from a gunshot. She died at the hospital.
This is like something you see on TV. This don't happen like in our neighborhood. And to her, of all people.
According to family and neighbors we spoke with both on and off camera, Mosley was well loved and well respected. A mother of 2 daughters, grandmother of twins.
Like when she came around, she always had a smile. It was friendly. She was just a gentle person inside and out. And her smile, I'm gonna miss her having fun. I'm gonna miss her having fun. Communicate. She was an awesome person to lead in the right path.
They couldn't find
enough
information. No, they never can. Never.
I was just thinking the same thing. I couldn't focus on the rest of the story because I was like, listen, that's
nobody else. Why y'all always want to find one of us looking like nobody
Looking
else?
Like yep.
Ugh.
I hate it.
Makes me so angry. Damn.
Like, where did he live? Did he live on the street? Like, sorry.
Right.
Exactly.
She was a good she was a good communicator.
And where's everybody's Lord? It's just
I know. It's a struggle.
She wasn't that good. She didn't help you get a dental plan. Lord. Ugh.
18 years on the damn detective though. Damn.
That is sad. You know, and that'd be like that is horrible. And I don't know if it's somebody that retaliation or something like that.
That's what I was gonna ask. If all those people kicked in the door, what's the story behind? Like, is it?
That's why I said we didn't have enough
what's
information
the story behind it.
Right.
Yeah, I need more
I'm
information.
gonna research that a little bit more because that's 18 years. So and then kick down your door. Oh my God!
How many enemies did she have?
Yeah,
kids. Oh man, and it's unfortunate that is some people's going from this story to the story earlier about the guy and the lady at work. That's their first go-to is listen, I'm gonna take so and so out versus just remove yourself from the situation, walk away, this and the third. But you know, you are interrupting so many people's lives, you know, in doing something so heinous like that. That's crazy. And that lady said the very line I'm scared of. This doesn't happen in our neighborhood. I think I said that before. I said that before. I said me getting caught up in some bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And somebody, so hopefully, well, everybody around here seems like they got their teeth. So somebody be on there talking about, oh, this don't happen in our neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm just, that is my biggest fear because it'd be a neighborhood that they don't, nice, peaceful, what you call it.
The neighborhoods that you don't expect.
Yeah, that'd be so nice and peaceful, and then next thing you know, some mayhem going on. But that's tragic. That's sad. Not just is that really the only that? Why does it have to be people's go-to? You know what I'm saying? To kill somebody. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That is unfortunate. That lady had a lot going on. The young man on the street, he really definitely loved and revered her very well. You know, she had the grandkids and the kids and everything. You know, people loved her. She always had a smile on her face. You know what I'm saying? And then you just have to ask the question, like, why? And here's the sad part about it. And I think this is what pisses me off the most nowadays is that when things like this take place and happen, there is no, in my mind, there is no justice because, you know, people's families, and it aggravates me sometimes when some of these families, I guess they do where's the one you get the money from? The civil suit?
Yeah.
So some of these families, they'll file a civil suit and they get a little piece of change and they act like they're, the money, the money ain't gonna make it better. Well, then keep fighting for other justice. You know what I'm saying? If the money ain't important to you, don't even go that route. Go the other route and get that justice because at the end of the day, it's almost like you saying that your family member's life can be bought, or this amounts to to whatever money you may have made. And it's so many, and it's scary. It's scary, guys, because if this administration changes.
Yeah.
There will seem to be no protection at all, and that's the scariest part about it all. You know, if you think back to that remember the lady that was that Florida, the lady that they killed that lady, was that killed the African lady for her kids kept playing in a yard or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think ain't nothing happened to her yet.
I think she's still going through. Yeah, I don't think anything's
going on. Some of that shit is just, to me, it's cut and dry. Listen,
it absolutely is.
You know, what happened to the eye for eye type of theory back in that they used back in the day? Listen, we know you killed this lady. You need to pay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That type of situation, or you know, just so many people have gotten off or gotten the lesser of the or sentencing and stuff like that. For instance, like I know this is just another topic, but the Menendez brothers. Now, I know, with all due respect, I'm not upholding no sexual abuse by no means. What I am saying though is the way that y'all killed y'all parents is horrible. A shotgun, my God, today. Do you know what I'm saying? And not one shot, multiple, like boom. You know, a shotgun. You know the kickback on a shotgun. Do you know what I'm saying? So what you did was very intentional. And then now you got people petitioning for them to get out of jail. Are you kidding me?
And they wouldn't live La Vida Loca after they shot them. Maybe they were shopping it up.
Yeah.
Getting things done. Yeah.
Ronnie, it's time. They were living La Vida Loca.
They were.
Living La Vida Loca.
They was out there buying any and everything. They said, so in my mind, I'm like, y'all wasn't that shaken up about this or what? Not to say they was. I know they was playing a role to act like they was, but y'all did this, killed these people. And you know, they was in the movie, they was eating ice cream. I don't know if that was true or not, but unsuspecting nonetheless. And then you know, you hear, and now we got people, Kim Kardashian, petitioning for them to get out of jail.
I just do not get the hype of every time somebody said Kardashian. I'd be like, I don't.
Well, Mr. Producer loves them, so
They're famous. No, their dad was.
Yeah.
Chris pimps them out because Chris was a hoe.
Well, listen.
Whatever.
Listen, you know, she needs to write a book about her business plan because she really got them girls on this. That she got them on the stroll. They on the stroll. They just not in the corner.
They are. Yeah.
They definitely should.
Are rich, and every last one of them is rich.
Yeah.
So I want to high five Corey because everybody be like, well, he's using it.
I don't give a fuck. Go ahead. Right.
He's fine.
Yeah.
He's fine. Thank you, Corey, brother, big bro. Actually, I think I'm older than him, bro. Little bro.
Exactly. Lord. So we know it's the election year. We got what 2 weeks, a little like a week and some days.
Yeah, we can
some days for the election. So
be tight.
Yeah. So let's take a look at some of the reasons why we're doing this.
Black people in Mississippi had to pay $2 to vote. The white folks didn't pay nothing.
In what year? What year was that?
That was 1960.
1960. And what are you about to do today?
I'm about to vote free. I got victory in my feet.
Yes, Lord. I know that. Let me see what victory in the feet looks like. That's the victory in the feet. She's so cute.
Right.
So cute.
Yeah. But
That's
I think
the reason we need to
agree.
more of people like that. She said 1960.
And that wasn't long ago.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm about to say, Ronnie. That was not long ago.
That's why I had people say that was so long ago. Get over it. No, it was not. That was not, and they know that a lot of black people didn't have $2 to pay. So you did. That's why I get so mad when people are like, I'm not voting. Do you know that they sat at counters and were beaten with sticks and clubs and spit on and stuff?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And $2 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
So just imagine how many people who couldn't vote because they didn't.
And
have
just
it, like
her alone, not just being black in 1960 as a woman.
Oh, that's true
She
too.
She had a couple hurdles to get over to be able to vote. Like, be for real.
Yeah.
She's cute as a button, though.
She is. I definitely agree everything you said. Ronnie, it just infuriates you when you hear people nowadays saying, "Oh, I don't think I'm gonna vote."
Right.
Yep.
And be the first ones complaining.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And also, my people, real quick, I'm sorry for those that are listening. If this is you, which I seriously doubt it's any of our listeners, but we can't be that connected to somebody over a little $1,200 stimulus check. Okay, y'all worth more than that.
That's true.
Y'all life and y'all votes and stuff is worth more than that. Let's not want to be with somebody because of that. That's not even the person, because they fought it. The Dems actually got it through, but that's a story for somebody else. It's fine.
Yeah, that's true. No, that's very true. That's very true. And to your point, people need to do their research.
Yeah.
Do their research and figure it out, and know that. And then unfortunately, it's a lot of people that, especially the younger generation, that are not willing to do their research. And so social media, things of that nature is what provides them with their information. And so, it's unfortunate, but I love to see stuff like that, because that inspires me to make sure that I know the reason why I'm doing it, for all the people that couldn't do it before me. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm doing it because there's a slight possibility that this could be the last one. You never know. So you can have to factor all that in, this and the third. But it's a big election. And just so real quick, we don't have to be late, take a lot of time, but like, what does this election, not a election, what does this election mean to you? Start with you, Mama Kim.
So my reason and what it means to me, it's my freedom. It's truly my freedom of being able to work where I want to, work where I want to, live what I want, where I want to. It's the freedom. And if Trump gets in, that freedom is going to be taken away. And people are not paying attention. He's saying it. Everything that he is saying, he is letting you know that my grandkids are not going to be able to vote. Their kids are not going to be able to vote if he's able to get in. And the freedom that my great-grandmother, my grandmother, my mother had the opportunity to blood, sweat, and tears is going to be taken away. So that's the reason why we all have to get out and vote. Because if he get in, we're not going to have this opportunity again.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hayward, what say you?
I echo Mama Kim's sentiment. Just my freedom, like, ultimately, because I think I can speak for myself. I do take a lot of things just for granted, like, just being free to, like, we've come so far. So it's kind of like a lot of things have become normal now, so it's like you don't think about like things that can be taken away, or just like if there are like race issues, or like people don't like gay people anymore, or they're trying to like put these bans against it, and it's just like they're trying to remove all these things. So it's kind of like that, to really stop and think that could be a possibility is very frightening. So it's just very important to make sure that people are aware that their voices do matter. Because I think a lot of people, even on top of like the indecisiveness, they feel like ultimately their voices don't matter, which is oftentimes like the underlying reason as to why a lot of people don't vote. So they're really, again, not being educated and not understanding how the system really works. So I want to challenge people to get out there and vote. Like it's necessary. Like there's no other time. Like it's always necessary, but now it's like, yeah, like level.
What about you, Ronnie?
Everything Mama Kim and Hayward said, but also coming from a different perspective. I'm a mom, so I want my kids to be able to vote. Not just my boys, really all three of them, but primarily my daughter. And I say that because, and I will send you guys the clip afterwards. Can't think, Peter something is his name, and I know Vance and it's somebody else that they have written up basically, and the guy's coming out saying that women are, a house should not be divided. Women shouldn't vote. The women's vote should be, her husband should vote. If she's not married, it should be her dad. If she's not married and her dad's not alive, her brother should vote. If she doesn't have any of that, then she shouldn't vote. So it's things like that. That's like, we didn't came too far, especially as a woman, so it's like, I want my kids to live in a good world that where they can be treated equally and fair and taught true history and everything else and just live their dreams. So, and I think we might not get that opportunity again.
Yeah.
I seen a TikTok video earlier today, and it was not just say that about the male voting. It was a husband and wife, and he was on there saying that he that basically she didn't need to do any research about who to vote for. She just needed to vote for whoever her husband told her to. And they were, and it was like a little skit or whatever like that they were doing and stuff like that. But I was like, so in a sense, she ain't doing no research. She just gonna vote because he said vote for so and so, and that's what you're gonna. I was like, that's interesting. But for me, I echo everyone's sentiments, and it's the freedom that's on the line. Like I said before at the top, you know, I never thought in my lifetime that I would be faced with the possibility of my freedoms that I've taken for granted being on the line. I just never thought of that. You know, it just never came into my mind. And to hear that this could be is very frightening, you know, very, very frightening. And I'm so agitated and irritated that some of these younger, especially the young Black males, are not taking this serious and treating it as if it's nothing. There was another little clip that I wanted to play today that, and when you ask them the question of why, they don't have a real answer. Yes. That's what aggravates me the most. It's like, what, you know, but it's unfortunate. And I pray that everyone makes the right decision and we're not faced with those, with that reality and everything goes, the right way. But,
and that they vote for them. Like I want a lot of women, because I sent you something that a comment where it was like, Mama Kim and Hayward, it was like a couple weeks ago. I think it said the highest Google search for Texas was, will my husband know? Is there a way for my husband to know who I voted for? So that lets you know, that was deep. I hurried up and sent that tomorrow. That was deep. So it's like, a lot of them don't agree with it, but they're afraid. So I hope that they get over that fear and it's like, you're in there, you're behind that screen. Do what you do. And go, but just for that to be the Google search, that was deep.
Yeah,
that is.
That's sad.
Yeah, that's so sad.
All right, Mr. Hayward, you ready to give us an uplift?
I'm ready. All right, everyone. So this week's uplift is unknown, but it just spoke to me. I actually came across it yesterday, in light of my birthday. So I feel like it just kind of speaks volumes to like where you are in life, and if you're having any challenges and need like that little extra push going forward. So here it is. Accept what needs to end and be open to what needs to change. You owe it to your future self to let the fullest, most authentic version of you come to fruition, even if it means losing what you thought was always meant to stay.
Damn, that was good.
That was good. I like that.
That was really good. Whoa, Hayward. Come on, Deep Hayward.
Okay, Deep.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Well, on that note, thank you guys for a great show. Really appreciate it. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube page, the Off Topic Podcast on YouTube, and our IG page, the Off Topic Podcast. And we will see you soon. Have a good night.
Bye.